And we are now getting our first look at the Memorandum of Understanding that the U.S. signed with Iran. A senior Trump administration official reading a transcript of the memo to reporters today.
A formal signing is expected this Friday in Switzerland. ABC's Karen Travers has more.
As President Trump wrapped up his visit to the G7 summit, U.S. officials read to reporters on a conference call the Memo of Understanding signed by the U.S. and Iran.
One thing I didn't want to see is economic catastrophe. If you kept this going, that could have happened.
It's a 14-point agreement, the U.S. agreeing to lift the blockade of Iranian ports and Iran reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Iran reaffirms it will not procure or develop nuclear weapons, something it agreed to in 2015 as part of its deal with the Obama administration. But President Trump pulled the U.S. out of that agreement during his first term. Iran could see significant financial reward once this agreement is implemented. The deal would lift sanctions on Iran following further negotiations. It would eventually make fully available frozen or restricted funds and assets of Iran, and Iran would be allowed to freely sell oil immediately. The U.S. would also work with regional partners to develop a plan for a $300 billion reconstruction and economic development fund for Iran.
Only if they're doing things right.
There will now be 60 days of negotiations over the future of Iran's nuclear program.
There's not one nation that came to us and said, please, sir, keep dropping bombs on them.
Still unsettled, the removal of Iran's stockpile of highly enriched uranium and the issue of tolling in the Strait of Hormuz. The agreement says it will be toll-free for 60 days, but says Iran and Oman will work together to define the future administration and maritime services there. Karen Travers, ABC News, Geneva, Switzerland.